Hello, bonjour, Jan here. I'm just sitting here editing my most recent video that I filmed the other day. I went to our local Emmaus store. It's the same as a thrift store or a Goodwill store, depending on where you're from. There are other Emmauses around France, mainly in the big towns, because we don't have many charity shops as such. The only other way of getting anything second-hand generally is in a brocante, which is generally antique stuff, or a vide-grenier, which is the same as going to a flea market or a yard sale or boot fair. But obviously we're coming to the end of that season, and recently I obviously haven't been able to go, so Sharon drove me there the other day and we just sort of took a stroll round, and I filmed just to show you what's there and what sort of things that the French actually send to their charity stores. I've managed to find some treasures for me for crafting. I won't talk too much about that. You'll see more or less what I pick up, and I'll tell you what I've picked up, but I'm not going to be saying what I'm doing with it. That's going to be on FOPY'sCreations. You'll find out there what I'm going to do with it, and yeah, basically I'm going to be showing you how I prepare stuff for crafting. So yep, so I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna, because there's music in the store, I've obviously had to mute the music, but I'm going to do a voiceover and just tell you as I go what we're finding, etc. Okay then, I hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment below, and obviously like, subscribe, all the usual. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so we started off at the back of the shop. I'm just looking at some of the artwork, and it's surprising how many pictures do get put in Emmaus. Like one of that lady, there's an embroidery, cross stitch. I think that one was as well, the sunset. I didn't walk around the furniture, just sort of give you a quick glimpse of the furniture. They've very often got much the same thing in wardrobes and sideboards, or hutches as you Americans call it. And there's some more wardrobes, some sofas. A really old-fashioned high chair there, children's high chair. Sometimes you can get some real bargains, sometimes they're just so dated, as in dated that you don't want, not dated as in antique or really nice to buy. Over the years we've bought quite a lot, not from this particular Emmaus, but from other ones in other towns. Right now we're we're in the Haberdashery, as it were, or the place where you get some odd fabrics or bed linen or curtains. This bit of fabric, I was very tempted. I did actually pick it up. It's brown, and it's sort of, you could make a suit, trousers or something out of it, but there obviously wasn't enough for a whole suit. But I was very, very, very tempted. There's a sleeping bag there. It's a real mixture. I love these sort of fabrics, the upholstery fabrics, because they really make nice, good, sturdy bags. I think they were just sort of curtains. The French seem to love really dark nets and foils at their windows. More bed linen. That one you'll see I did end up picking up eventually. So I'm looking at it a bit closer there. It's just one curtain, but it was brand new. Still had its hanger on it where it's been on the hanger in the shop. So now I'm looking, and that pink one fabric on the left there, I'm wishing I'd look closer at that now. I do have to be very good though, because I've got so much upstairs. Realistically, I just buy a few things. Today I bought a few things just to show you, but I do have to be good and tell myself I don't need it yet, use what you've got. Because I've said it so many times, I just haven't got the space. Lots more bed linen, usually a bit tired, but for the sort of people that go in there, generally it's for people that don't have a lot of money, obviously, and they would need it. This, I didn't realise till I got home, that is a tart carrier. So I think if you've made a tart or a cake or something to take to someone's house, that's to carry it in. I was thinking I might even make one day. More curtains. I didn't notice that one. That's another voile curtain that's a SFrance like. Doris. I see a pink curtain there. I don't remember looking at that one. This I wish I'd picked up. It's a table napkins and tablecloth, and I wished I could have got that, because it's the sort of thing you could give it to someone as a gift if you embroidered them and then made them personalised. But hey ho, more nice heavy stuff, more sheets. I've got so many sheets in my room that are good for backing quilts and lining bags. That apron I was very tempted by, and Duncan now said, wish you'd pick that up. It's quite a nice apron. It's certainly tidier than the one I'm using at the moment. Now on the other side is lots of bits and pieces, lots of scarves. I've bought many scarves from there before. This is really sweet. Someone handmade that. Really quite sweet, an autumn wreath. Lots of doilies. I've got quite a few doilies, but I was very tempted, but as much as I like to make stuff, I can't, make loads and try and find room for it. But the doilies are very good for putting on bags and just making something a little bit prettier, and even make it look retro. Right, here I've moved round to this is a cot that's always there, and I think there's a local factory that make fabric, and I think they must give them their leftovers, as it were. And that I just picked up that white one. That I've got that. That's really nice to talk about that on FOPY'sCreations. But lots of little remnants you can see there. They're almost like samples, and they would make such lovely bags. But again, I'm telling myself I've got lots here already. That one with the pink rose, I swear I picked that up, but when I got home I hadn't got it, so I must have dropped it back in there. I'm still very self-conscious of filming in these places in case someone doesn't like it, because sometimes my filming goes a little bit off, and I have to cut out quite a lot when I get home because it's ended up not being as good as it should. But these are really lovely fabrics. I mean, I bought some last time I was there as well. Again, I shouldn't have, but I bought lots of sort of that, like that sort of muslin there, lots of that, which was going to be nice for a top as well. So if I'd had two hands free and lots of space, I'd have probably bought most of that was there. And a quick whiz round to the hats. A whole array of hats, whole mixture. A whole rack of dressing gowns. There's all the men's shirts. I always try and have a look because it's a shirt that's sort of large. That I might like the fabric so that I can adapt it to make a top for myself. But again, I've got one still to do, and I've got lots that I've already made. I'd just be making it for the sake of it. If I'd seen something else that stood out, like a sweatshirt or a jumper, I may have picked that up. So there's just loads and loads. It's me and my hobbly foot. Yeah, you can see lots of trousers. I was trying to look for a pair of men's like large jeans because I've got a plan on making a maxi skirt with a pair of jeans, but I haven't yet found a pair that I can do that with. Lots of jackets. That green jacket you can see there in the middle was quite nice, but very small. Padded coats. They were like a muslin. It's not muslin. What is it called? I can't think what it's called. But anyway, it's a cotton. That I like the fabric again. A lot of the time I'm looking at things for the fabric, not necessarily what the actual item is. If it's big enough that I could use the fabric for something else, I might pick it up. you always, as you know, in any of these sort of shops, you always get very, very dated things. I mean, like that suit there, I did have a quick glimpse at it. I mean, that's amazing if you want a retro looking suit. It also got an expensive look about it. It's quite a nice little jacket. There's one thing I find being in France, majority of the people are very slim. So if you're a big person like myself, it's very hard to find things. So I have to find things that I can adapt, or I'll look for the bigger shops. There's that jacket again. I really like that. It's a shame it was so small. I found a few things on here I wanted to have a look at. I quite like that blue jumper. That I liked. Again, it was, but so generally I don't need any clothes, but it might have fitted, but I'm not sure. I did like the fabric. This one I liked. Obviously, you see I looked at it. It's just like a double layer one. It was quite nice. And there was another one I'll show you in a minute. It's a jazzy waistcoat there. This I really like the fabric of, and the style as well. I love this. Really nice and flowy, but very small again. Lots of jumpers, lots of sweatshirts. Jeans, again, still too small for me. Not a bad little Fred Perry or rugby type shirt. Pair of green trousers for someone. Those shorts are quite nice as well. Nice top. Crop trousers, again too small, so I'd have had them. I was a bit too close filming these bags, but it's hard to look and hold the camera at the same time. That was a little bag. They had a couple of bags, the same name, Chippy. From what I can gather, it's quite a famous French name. I'm not really into names. Bags, big bags. Now we're coming up to the belts. I do like to pick up belts from projects. Again, if I hadn't had the camera in my hand, I probably would have bought a lot more, even though I don't need it. I've got plenty at the moment, but so they do come in handy for what I make. I picked up about 5 belts in the end. But the one I've got there, like the pink one, is generally the type I like to pick up, and occasionally the plaited ones. They wash up nice and they're easier to work with. I would have had that purple one, but I'm not sure. Well, in fact, thinking about it now, I probably should have got it, but it was like a taekwondo or karate sort of belt. I don't know why I didn't think that would have been useful, because I suppose it's because it's not what I normally pick up. That's quite pretty. I'm denied about that, as you can see a few seconds looking at it there. Here we are to my favourite bit, all the costume jewellery. Always have a good look through there. It's usually about €1 an item. Same with the belts. Sometimes I might do half price. I did pick that up, it's quite sweet. And I've just noticed that little dog there on the right. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe I should have picked that up. Not sure what I would have done with it, but... I picked that one up as well. Really lovely little beads on that. So as I'm looking back at the film, I'm thinking I probably could have picked that up, and probably could have picked that up. But it's quite likely if I went back again, like tomorrow, that some of this would still be there. I thought they were a bit bright, those cowboy type boots on the left there. Bright pink, some people would love them, not my thing. I picked that one up. Those black boots there, I don't know what size they were. Quite nice bits and pieces here that I could have made use of. I say I could buy everything, but I can't. I just can't do it. These are the sort of places you go to if you're going to go to a party, retro party of some sort. You usually find something that you do for your costume. I think that's it. I think I've picked it all up now. Paid for it. Just a quick look at the shoes. Whole loads of shoes. Right now I'm in the lucky, oh not really, I suppose you call it a kitchen section. I picked up a pineapple slicer. Just trying to explain to Sharon what that was, she hadn't seen one. Here we've got lots of houseware again. Some lovely table mats there. Very French looking, matching tray and everything. There's so much stuff. That was a funny one. Huge pig in a box. Who wants that? So if you're a pig fan, maybe you do. It's a big thing to have to try and make room for. I was finding lots of pots that Sharon might be able to paint. She's been doing that quite a lot lately, but she's trying not to, because she, like me, you end up with too many at home. So that's like a punch bowl there with the glasses. I really like it again for endless space. I don't mind having something like that in the cupboard in case I ever needed it. He was quite funny, little man made from pebbles. French have gone through a phase here of liking African and sort of decor, and so every time you go to an Emmaus or a Vidgrenier at the moment, everybody's now selling them because they've got tired of them. That was quite a nice little instrument. I thought it would make quite a nice ornament. Bikes, loads of bikes, children's bikes, clocks, knitting machine. Never used one, but I'm very curious what they like to use. Lots of cycle helmets to go with those bikes. Lots of table lamps. Lots of electrical things. That in that box there was yet another knitting machine. Endless coffee makers and toasters. They have to have them all tested before they can sell them. Vegetable steamers. Books, there's always so many books, but obviously we can't read them, so we don't buy them. Unless they're very old, they're nice for decoration. I look at the amount of bowls there. I mean, Sharon was looking at those bowls. Apparently they're very fashionable at the moment, all the 70s look. In England they are, I don't know about anywhere else, but yeah, apparently they're very fashionable at the minute. Now we're going into the crockery section and glasses. Always lots of glasses. Even if you go to a big Grenier, there's a lot of glasses. Some Pyrex dishes. And some of, a lot of this, as you probably know, come from house clearances and things where someone's died and they go in and clear them. The lady on this counter, I was having a quick word with her because I noticed her hair had changed, so I was just asking her if she changed it, and she said, "Oh, just the colour." But it looked really pretty, so I told her. All those pots there are all from pate dishes, and they always come in very handy, and they're always so cheap, but they're great for making a big pot of food for a family. Look at the amount of cutlery that people have thrown. I mean, coffee cups, there's always hundreds and hundreds of coffee cups. Coffee sets. Ice cream or sundae dishes. That chicken pot is quite classic. I used to have one like that, I think. Yeah, frames. This is a great place to go to get a frame for a painting you might have done, or just basically find a cheap frame for a picture you've got, because the frames here are very expensive. Sharon was just telling me that I could have bought that for my family, but it's too modern for this house, unfortunately. Here I just see this charcoal drawing that someone had done, which was quite lovely. It's a shame that people's artwork ends up somewhere like this, really. Someone's sketch of a baby. I'd be really upset, I think, if mine ended up being there. You get lots of horrible frames like that one, but then, I mean, that was funny. It's called Kissing Pigs. Duncan ended up picking up a couple of frames. He's determined our family gallery on the stairway is going to, a lot of frames there he doesn't like, so we're trying to find frames that he can put them into. That was quite sweet, just as someone had embroidered the elephants. Unusual, that straight embroidery like that, straight stitches. And just, oh no, because I just want to point out a picture of a little boy that's been there for months and months, but again, very sad, someone's done it and it's still there. I ended up picking these up. They'd obviously been originally bought in a cheap shop that we know of called Noz. It's like a shop that sells all the leftover stock, excess stock from other shops. But FOPY'sCreations, you know, is a good make, so I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I thought that's going to be cheap, I'll have that. Still talking about it because I just think it's such a good buy. That would have been, I don't know, about 10 times the price I paid for it. Maybe not 10 times, but a lot more. Some pictures of some chateaus. We didn't know most of those chateaus, I must say. Back round to the Haberdashery again, this time on another part of it. I ended up picking up a pair of needles because I'd started to knit something the other day and realised the needles just weren't long enough for the amount of stitches I needed, so thankfully I managed to find a pair there. I might get round to that one day. Those two tins were full of buckles. I just could not think at the time of use for them, but you never know, I might go back and get them one day. Curtain rings are a good thing to buy at the minute. I've been watching a lot of macrame lessons on YouTube, and they use those a lot in macrame. It's a little embroidery kit come with frame. And I've got a lot of embroidery kits that I haven't done because of when I had my carpal tunnel. Now there's the buckles, loads of them. Buttons, of course. I've got a whole tray, like one of Duncan's old screw boxes, full of buttons. Tie backs. I ended up picking that up because I just thought it was just a useful. It's like a cotton that you would crochet with. Sharon was looking for zips, but unfortunately there wasn't many there today. She needs some big enough for cushions. Well, that's about it. Just a quick last look to see if there was any zips, and hope you enjoyed that. As I say, on Poppy's Creations you'll see more.